when I was young, right, going through all these different processes and worlds that was hitting me individually, I would always say, it's not right. It's just not right. And they'd be like, what you talking about? I was like, this whole thing is not together. It ain't right. Like, y'all just going along with it and this ain't it. I would always feel the indifferent. And I would say, it feels like somebody taking hair and twisting it before they braiding it. And they would take all the strands and twist them up first and then braid them. And then that's the confusion that we're dealing with. So when you go back to walk a road, it's twisted. So you're walking under, around, and then you end up on another braid going in the wrong direction. They did this to set it a hard way to get back. I hear a lot of brothers and sisters over the time say, what was we studying before this? Who was we calling on before we called on what they gave us in the biblical aspect? And before I even get into that, moreover, people are holding on to that aspect because it's spiritual. And the reason why it's easy to attach to it, because the titles and the names are spoken in a Greek term, which symbolize the process. So it's not your words, but it speaks towards a process. It speaks towards the process that we was able to go inside and deliberate for other people, but we didn't call it that. Okay? And they changed these names in the Greek term of the aspect for what it actually does. Illuminate the Naga. So, like I always specify, the Nagas was the people at a different time chosen under the divine, and they were able to unlock inside themselves the wisdom of self, which opened a whole, just like you understand how the roots in your body, the nervous system, goes through different aspects and it shows you the connections in your body. This opened up the knowledge of that level inside one. So the level of roots and nervous systems that you got out, it expanded a lot the knowledge of a being from one point, their heart and their mind, all the way to the tips of their fingers and their toes. So now they was aware all the way to the extent of their selves. That opened up all types of knowledge. And there was somebody that they prayed to. This is BC. Okay, there was somebody that they prayed to. This is BC. But if you was following some of my recent bills, you hear me say that they demonize everything that's given to us. Everything that we had, every process, they demonized it. And they demonized it and then belittled it and then dropped it down so low. When you hear the term now, it doesn't even ring a bell, because the vibration of it doesn't connect with the Greek terminology, even though it exists. I'm gonna put a link in this video for my Nagas to go and check out this old video, and it's called Sambo, the Black Naga, the Black Nagas of Asia. Don't be alarmed when you watch this video. It don't got many views, but it's gonna take you to a time that ain't nobody showing y'all. Pay very close attention, very close attention. Watch it twice if you have to. Females, when you're watching this, you're gonna be amazed at the reason why y'all do a lot of things y'all do. There's no blaming nobody. This right here was all manipulation and a plan. And you're gonna see a lot of things that y'all did at a different time that you wasn't even aware of. But it's gonna show you synchronicity. It's gonna show you when we say, oh, this was a plan, this was all put into motion. No, it's gonna show you the identical situation that's happening now, and that it happened BC, before Christ. And this is the reason why we stuck in this time loop with this circumstance. But I'm gonna put that link in the description and y'all can go check that out. All right. But anyway, yeah, we feel an affinity to something, and it's the reason why we attach to spirituality. The reason why we attach to spirituality, because they speak in terms in the Bible, the words they're using, the phrases, everything in that Bible, it speaks to the process that we created. of going inside ourselves. It speaks to it in another language, though. It speaks to it in a Germanic language crossbred into a Greek language, and in the Roman understanding that was brought through and then translated through European processes and now English, or Britain processes and now English. This is how far the braid has been twisted and the words has been changed. They got so many different alphabets, but it's all off the sound effects. And knowing that it's before the time that they even produced or was able to process this story, this should get you alarmed and have you even more eager to see what this is, because this story is more real than the attachments to the layout of blame, as far as them saying this is what you were supposed to go through for this certain amount of time. You're going to see where the manipulation came at. You're going to see where the lie came in at. You're going to see how it's falsified. And the only reason why you're still in this situation is because you don't remember that that's who you were. It's going to show you all of that. And it actually opened up levels for me. But it's still some doors I need to open. So within meditation and focus and holding on to what you are, standing on that strong, that's what's gonna ignite the fire of the spirit, because the spirit wants to see that you remember something about yourself. And you do some things every day, but you think that came with this life. You do certain things and you think that came with what somebody showed you. If some of you are familiar with this energy that I'm speaking about, have you ever had a time when you were doing something and you just knew how to do it? Somebody showed you something and it felt so comfortable in your hand. The way to do it, it just felt so easy. You were like, dang. A lot of Nagas are gonna, if you Naga and you watching this, you gonna vibe with me. Since I was a kid, I was able, like, I remember when I was like 4, I broke a toaster apart and put it back together and made it work better. You know what I'm saying? I was cooking food on the stove at 5 years old. Brought my mother breakfast, eggs, grits, bacon, and all that, toast. 5 years old, was able to put the chair on next to the stove, turn the dial. While I used to watch her do it, I would memorize it, watch how she cooked the eggs and the color they would change. And I replaced everything that she did in a mentality and did it just to serve her. This is intelligence. You're not born with intelligence unless you did this already through eons. Other people have to be taught to do things, and they want to teach us so they can rip down what we already been doing for eons. I get so passionate and I be ready to scream, Naga! Love, we gonna get this together. Walk with me, fight with me. We ain't fighting nobody but this bull crap that they got us up under. You ready? You already know the vibes. Like, comment, subscribe. You know what I'm saying? If you're ready, the link will be in the description. Let me know what you thought about this video. Let me know what you think about the video. It's fairly long. You know what I'm saying? So make sure you got time to do that. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, I'll bring another video at y'all soon. You already know the vibes. Naga.